It's a pretty dramatic week in international events, I felt. In my monologue, I spoke of the Festival of Hypocrisy at Auschwitz this week, where not only having supported an ongoing genocide against the Palestinian people, they couldn't bring themselves to even mention it, but they couldn't even mention the identity of the army which spent enormous volumes of its own blood to liberate the camp that they were celebrating the liberation of. I mean, words fail me as a description of that hypocrisy. What about you?
Well, I agree. And I first want to say thanks for having me on. It's always a pleasure. And I agree. It's insane that YouTube is saying you can't have me on this show and Scott Ritter can't be on the show. And lastly, I'll say how delighted I was to listen to those previous conversations with Andrew and Tristan. I think that they are right on the money with a lot of issues. And it was never a surprise to me when Dicot Romanian authorities went after them, because I'd been following what they were saying about COVID, about Ukraine, about China, about Syria, about the capitalist class, the banking cartels. And it was just abundantly obvious what was going on the whole time. They're speaking truth and they're in prison for it. As for the events this week, I mean, it's a complete erasure of history, which really is nothing new for, the mainstream media and the political class. I think even more insulting was Donald Trump's Truth Social post when he said Russia, quote unquote, helped the United States win World War II. As you mentioned, it was not U.S. troops who liberated Auschwitz. It was not U.S. troops who won the Battle of Kursk, the largest tank battle in human history. It wasn't U.S. troops who won the Battle of Stalingrad, who broke the siege of Leningrad, or who, of course, won the Battle of Berlin and waved the flag over the Reichstag. It was the Soviet troops. It was the Soviet people, and it was the Red Army. And it's nothing more than insane Russophobia that is now driving us into World War III that is responsible for this erasure of history.